Welcome to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. I'm Dr. Amy Coopersmith, a doctor of prepared nurse practitioner. This episode is a bonus episode. So I'm here with my husband, Jerry Coopersmith, and we were talking about our trips on the Appalachian Trail. I hope you all have caught our previous episodes. And the last episode we did, we ran out of time, and we didn't get to finish talking about our latest adventure. So we went to the Georgia mountains to finish some sections that we hadn't yet completed. So in our last episode, we talked about our first 2 days of hiking, our first 3 days. So I just want to kind of finish up with, because we really want to share our experience with people. So we're going to talk about the second half of our trip right now. Are you ready?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since this is over the time, that means I'm officially on overtime.
Yes,
Will I be receiving overtime pay?
Yes, I will give you overtime pay. It'll be more than what you've been paid already.
Okay.
Time and a half. Yeah.
Excellent. I just want to make sure.
All right. So we finished our trip. We talked a little bit about going from Dix Creek Gap to Blue Ridge Gap, which was 5.8 miles. You said that day was your favorite.
But it's rough. Okay, so if we're talking, if people are really listening to get, okay, what is the terrain like? On that day, actually, even though it's just 5.8 miles, and we're talking about Dix Creek to Blue Ridge Gap, there was a lot of up and down, I seem to remember, with really steep descents, so much so that on that day, my knee started to give me trouble, my right knee. I don't know if anyone cares about that. But so I was thinking a knee brace might be in order. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. So the very end of this, like the last 2 miles or a mile and a half, was very steep down. And that's very stressful on the knees. So, and my knee was a little squirrely after that too. But a lot of hikers will complain about knee pain as well. We had met a man the day before that was doing a kind of a section hike. And he had to get off the trail for a day or so to just rest his knees.
Yeah.
Very common. So a knee supporter is not a bad idea when you know that you're going to have a lot of downhill.
Right.
Yeah. So we did that, but it was still the easiest day. And we finished so early. We had lunch in Hiawassee, and then we checked out another winery.
Imagine that.
So, and when we were telling our driver what we were up to too, he said, another winery. I'm like, yeah. So the wineries, not only do they have great wine, but they have beautiful scenery. Some of the best scenery I've seen on the trip actually was from the wineries.
This one you could put on the side of a bottle of wine or something. Call it.
Well, I bet they probably do.
Key
but
of
this was the
Kentucky.
Living Water Winery, which was just a few minutes away from our Airbnb.
I didn't mean to
Blairsville.
walk on that. What is it called again?
Living Water Winery.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and it was lovely. So it was kind of like having a bonus because we finished so early that day because it was only 5.8 miles.
One of the prettiest places I've seen in Georgia, to be honest.
Yeah, very nice. So then our final day of hiking, we went back to Blue Ridge Gap and we finished at Deep Gap. Now, Deep Gap was actually in North Carolina. So we crossed over state lines, which was kind of exciting.
So what we realized, too, is the Billy Strings song, The Devil Went Down to Deep Gap, if you're a Billy Strings fan, is about that right there.
Which
They
we were
mentioned the
listening to
Carolinas
on the way.
and all that.
Yeah.
So,
On the way to Deep Gap, we listened to that song, which is kind of cool.
Stole it from Charlie Daniels. But, I mean, I'm just saying that it's The Devil Went Down to Deep Gap.
Yeah, you should check it out. So what were the conditions like on this day?
This was the day. This was a rough day.
Yeah.
This was a really rough hike. So our fellow who was quarterbacking from, I don't know, Panama or whatever, he said, well, when you go to Blue Ridge Gap, to the right, not so bad. To the left, there's a bit of an elevation. There's a lot of an elevation, actually. So when you go on that day, be ready aerobically. Take all your water because you're going to need it. It was, to me, as I remember it, as tough as Blood Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was a 10-mile day, and there were several elevations, like probably at least 4 of them, where we went up 500 feet, came down 500 feet, and we did that over and over throughout the day, and it was just really tiring.
When it seems like just a boop, boop, boop on a map.
On the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
you have to also, another thing you can do to look at a map is how long are you going up for? Is it a mile that you're going up for? Is it a half mile of elevation? That's an important thing if you have some trouble going up.
And they call that the grade.
The
So
grade, right.
if it's a lower grade, it's no big deal. You're going up, but you don't really feel it.
Right.
But if it's really steep, it can be a little more taxing. And I should also mention, most of the days we went what's considered northbound. So we started at the southern point and finished north. But the day that we went from Dix Creek Gap or Blue Ridge Gap to Dix Creek Gap, we actually started at Blue Ridge Gap and hiked southbound. We just did that because you can't really park at Blue Ridge Gap. We probably could have, but not advisable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So in any case, this one was the opposite direction. It's up staircase and
we were going northbound again.
And then you're going northbound again. And then the rocks, they hit you too at the very end. I remember that.
And it was a rocky descent again.
Right.
Yeah.
Oboes, get them. I like oboes. And they give you really good ankle support, and my feet stayed dry.
Yeah, your shoes did better for you. I had some Merrells, which I got that were waterproof last time. We walked in the snow and they kept my feet dry. They were great. This day we had a downpour and neither of us stayed dry on that one. But then the following day, my feet did not stay dry for some reason. So I haven't figured that out yet. It wasn't a big deal because we just went back to the Airbnb and got dry. So we also found some really nice restaurants on this trip.
What'd you like?
Well, our new favorite in Blairsville is called the Flying Trout, which actually it's in Suches, which is right next to Blairsville.
Such as what?
Mm-hmm.
What a restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great place. Great service, fast. They apologize. They bring it out to you like right on time and then apologize to you for that. Very nice wait staff. And the food was good.
It was like Southern style. And one thing when you're doing these kind of trails, like one day, the 14-mile day took us almost 10 hours to do.
Yeah.
So when you do eat, like you need high-calorie food that normally when we have a health and wellness show, we don't recommend these types of foods, but you really do have to get your nutrients in or, get your calories in or else you're going to get sick. So it's
10 hours of walking.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't really think my family, anyone walked for 10 hours unless somebody had like a gun and was making them.
Yeah, even then, I don't think so. Yeah. So we finished. We left 12.2 miles unhiked in Georgia. So we do need to go back at some point and finish that. With just our little mishaps, it wasn't going to happen this time. That one, too, there is a dirt road that we might be able to break it up, but I'm less optimistic about that one. So I think we'll just suck it up and do the 12.2.
Well, hopefully what you're all getting from this is elevation is important. The distance is important. Mm-hmm. Knowing your elevation is important. But if you can get some insight from somebody who's walked the trail already about the terrain, that is as important as the other two parameters.
Yep. So we'll make as many notes as we can in our blogs and in the book that'll be out in 5 years about these things. So you also have to consider your weather, the time of year. So in the summer, it is going to get hot.
Mm-hmm.
So what did we decide for next time?
I'm never walking in the summer again. Is that what we decided?
No.
That's not
try
it?
Again.
Oh.
Yeah. So you said, what is the easiest part of the Appalachian Trail?
Right, that's what I said.
Because Georgia's difficult. We want to go to Massachusetts at some point and do that point. We want to do all of it, but you looked up what is the easiest. And what'd you find out?
Maryland.
So near Harper's Ferry, which is West Virginia, there's about 40 miles. And so that's next. We figured summertime, it'll be hot. So it's a good time to do an easier section.
I really want to know is how hot are we talking about?
Well, you never know.
It's 40 miles, by the way, folks, through Maryland.
Yeah, which we'll split up like we do. We're doing this right.
Do you know there are some people, Amy, who try to do those 40 miles all at one time
that's
to
crazy.
be boss?
Yeah.
Do you know that? That's a thing.
I do know that.
What is it called? It's like there's a name for it actually in Maryland.
Some kind of challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually do that. I hate those people.
Most people I listen to, and one thing that amazed me because we got tired this time. This was probably the hardest on my body that we've done so far. And I thought, how do these thru hikers do this every day? And, we were complaining about a 14-mile day. They do that all the time. Sometimes they do 20 and they get conditioned to do that. But they don't take that many. Like, they'll get off trail once in a while to rest. But they really are incredible. And they're not all young. A lot of them are old and doing this. And I'm just really impressed.
I don't like them personally.
Anyway, so it's been a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to going back out, and as always, we'll share it all with you. Do you have any last words of wisdom?
I don't know if I gave the first word of wisdom. Did I give wisdom?
So look at your elevation maps. Check out the Far Out app. It is definitely worth it.
That was worth it. I would say Billy Goat when I needed to know. I said, give me the Billy Goat.
Yep. But one thing, don't look at that too often. Just like, if you go to work and it's kind of like a long, boring day.
You start staring at the clock.
You keep looking at the clock and only 5 minutes have passed. If you look at your map too often, you're like, I only went 0.2 miles. It just makes it a lot longer. So, try to distract yourself with music or something else.
You're always 0.4 miles away.
Yeah. But we made it. I think we're better for it. We had some good food. We saw some beautiful scenery. And we'll do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening to Energize and Revitalize with Dr. Amy. Check out our next episodes. And if you didn't see our past YouTube Appalachian Trail series, check it out. There's a lot of good stuff in there. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.